Welcome back to the Movie Draft House. I'm your host, Mark. It's another 5-minute review. In today's review, we're going to be talking about the new to streaming based on a video game film, Gran Turismo. It is available to stream on Netflix as of December 15th, 16th. December 16th, 15th. God, why can't I get the date right? It is directed by Neil Blomkamp, who you may know from other films such as I should have done this all this before, but you know from District 9, Elysium, Chappie, and that's pretty much it since then. And now Gran Turismo. It stars David Harbour as Jack Salter, Orlando Bloom as Danny Moore, and Archie Madekwe, I hope I'm saying that right, I apologize if I'm not, as Jan Mardenborough. And it's directed by 3 people, which is usually not a good sign, as I've noted here on the podcast. However, I liked it. I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. It has a 7.2 IMDb rating, so that's pretty good. And Neil Blomkamp usually doesn't make bad movies, right? So, it is Orlando Bloom plays a kind of a mid-level Nissan executive. And he convinces, I guess, the Nissan board to hold a camp or a contest for Gran Turismo players, saying that they know the tracks frontwards, backwards, all this, and then whoever wins out of this contest gets to be a sponsored Nissan driver in not Formula One, but whatever the racing equivalent to Formula whatever this is, the racing. I'm not a big racing guy, so I don't know. Anyways, so Jan is this world-class Gran Turismo player. And he's got a weird dynamic with his father, who used to be a professional soccer player. And his dad gives him a bunch of grief, saying that he should be going to college and not playing video games. And his younger brother is kind of the chosen son, who is going into after his dad's footsteps with soccer. Anyways, Jan goes to this Nissan camp for Gran Turismo, wins the Gran Turismo camp, and gets a contract to drive a Nissan car for against other race car drivers. Anyways, God, I cannot even synopsize this movie. Anyways, David Harbour plays a old washed-up mechanic who used to be a driver, and is kind of cynical towards the entire thing. But his relationship with Jan and, kind of over the overarching, kind of winning him over to this kid is actually talented, both in video games and in real life. It is, it's good. The races, it's your formulaic racing film, right? Underdog goes to the ends of the earth to prove himself, then gets the opportunity to, at the end of the film, to put it all together. It's good. It's a fine film. It's not going to blow your socks off, right? But it's not Ford v Ferrari, but it is pretty good. It's a little on the long side, 2 hours and 14 minutes, but it doesn't feel it, right? So I'd, I'll recommend it. It's pretty good. Anyways, hit the subscribe button when it pops up so you don't miss any future content here on the podcast. And you can find us on all your favorite social media platforms. We're at Movie Draft House, Spotify, or not Spotify, Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, right here on YouTube where you're watching us, so you don't miss any future content anywhere. And make sure you're following the podcast on all your favorite podcast streaming platforms. We're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, anywhere you get your podcasts, we're there, and we'll catch you next time.
You really think you're going to take a kid who plays video games in their bedroom, you're going to strap them to a 200-mile-an-hour rocket? It'll tear him to pieces.